down, it's late. George Hoare of Massachusetts says, well, you know what, maybe we won't have Elliot speak today. Maybe he can go first thing tomorrow. And that may have been strategic, because word got out that Robert Elliot was going to provide the rebuttal to the former vice president of the Confederacy. The next day when Elliot takes the floor, the galleries are packed with African American observers. Reporters have shown up, and the whole chamber is just filled with people. Elliot gives this really booming delivery.
The Constitution of a free government ought always be construed in favor of human rights. I cannot and I will not forget that the welfare and rights of my whole race in this country are involved. The race whom he
Good morning.
served and trampled on,
I love y'all too.
him in debate, and to demand the rights which are enjoyed by their former oppressors.
When Elliot finishes, the whole room erupts. It's booming applause.
We got to understand where we come from, what we've been through, to know where we're going to.
Planter class appears people and on its way out. And this dark-skinned, suave, intelligent African-American man represented the way forward.
Grand Rising Queen.
Congress passed the Civil Rights Act, but there was a clause that was stripped from the final act, and that was about education. Americans were not ready for that kind of equality in education yet, and apparently wouldn't be for many, many
This is about how the black folks
To get the Civil Rights Act of 1875 across the finish line.
was debating with the white folks about segregation.
In 1876, the Supreme Court announced its ruling in United States versus Cruikshank. The appeal of the three white men convicted of murdering African Americans guarding the courthouse in Colfax, Louisiana.
The decision, which is handed down in Cruikshank, is one of the most remarkably feeble-minded.
They're teaching us and they're explaining to us that we were not even able to go into white restaurants. They had to fight, the black community had to fight very hard to just go eat in a white person restaurant, to sit on the bus with a white person.
The privileges and immunities that they're supposed to enjoy.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that blessing.
Massacre. First of all, it was not a state action. It was not the state of Louisiana. But this was, in fact, merely individuals.
It was a local crime. Private.
They was teaching us that as we walk down the street, the white folks, KKKs, will take and murder us just because they could.
Of whites decide to kill you, have you been denied your right? Well, the Supreme Court decided that you've not been denied your right if you were murdered, as long as it's just private individuals, whether individually or collectively, that are interfering with your rights. That's not a federal case.
Most of white people could kill black people and then get charged for it.
On possible future prosecutions, it narrowed the pathways for enforcing the 14th Amendment.
But it stood between the redeemers and their ultimate goal, which was...
I'm just showing y'all this type of stuff to let y'all know this is what I get my, this is how I educate myself, and this is what makes me angry. This is what makes me outraged, and this is what makes me want so wholeheartedly to have our own black news station. Our own, I just can see it. Our own black news station where nothing but the truth is being reported. Like, we got people that got our back, our own black owned operated news station where we, the same way they look for their people, we can have our own news station that looks for our people.
Black and white.
To showcase the good that we do.
Past President Abraham Lincoln. For one man, the occasion afforded an unprecedented
Yes, history is repeating itself.
for a call to action.
On April 14th, 1876, this plaza near Capitol Hill was teeming with people, including members of both houses of Congress, the Supreme Court justices, and the President of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant. The crowd had gathered.
We need our own black news station, guys. We need our own black news station.
Unveiling of this monument honoring his crowning achievement the Emancipation Proclamation.
The most memorable words spoken that day were those of Frederick Douglass.
Truth compels.
Do y'all not notice what's going on right now? They really stopping the education of our kids. Right now our kids are not really being properly educated.
The white man's president. You are the children of Abraham Lincoln. We are best his stepchildren. To you, it especially belongs to preserve.
Our kids are not going to be as educated as they supposed to be. They're not getting history lessons. They're not getting it. The instant judgment being instantly treated different because of your skin color is deplorable. It's very deplorable.
It's shocking.
Yeah, it's presidential election year. It appears that Reconstruction is unraveled.
It's very deplorable. It's more deplorable that we as black people are killing each other like our lives ain't nothing. This TV show right here is evidence that the white folks used to kill us all the time, but they don't have to kill us no more because the black people are killing their own people.
Now that they should expect.
You're true. That's true. They're not being properly educated, even while they're in school. They've only been taught what they want to know. They're not teaching them the real history.
Captains of industry. Now let's focus on.
Yeah, cut out black history.
When Republicans cast around for a likely candidate,
Yeah, their minds aren't seeing what happened into their family.
he finished the war as a Union general.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and head out. Y'all just think about, drop your notes. If y'all got the kids at home, y'all start showing them some history lessons. Like, it used to be a sighting, in school when they put out the movie projector and they showed us roots and things like that. We got to teach our kids our own history, and we have the opportunity to do it now. The kids at home, go to a history station and tell them today we're going to learn about our own history. And we love our white people, but we don't want to forget what the black people been through.
Election night is complete and utter confusion.
Even though Tilden won the popular vote, the results from Florida, South Carolina, and Louisiana, where African Americans faced severe violent repression, were undetermined.
Republicans convinced Southern governments to declare enough votes invalid to swing the.
It's up to us, guys, to educate our kids about history, why they should respect themselves, why they should love themselves, why they should be honored to be a black person. So how important it is to be a black person, what their ancestors been through for them to even be able to walk into a store. See, if they don't know where they come from, how they know where they at or where they're going to? See, for them, they don't know nothing about why everybody make a big deal when a black man ran for president of the United States or when a black woman ran for vice president of the United States. It's the norm to them because they don't know their history. You got to take these kids back. You got to take the kids back. To them, it's the norm that they see a black man as a president. It's the norm to see a black woman as a vice president. They don't know where they came from. That these things wasn't even possible back in the days. That their great-great-grandmothers fought for them to have this freedom.
It's hard to imagine, in the moment of an election, a party trading a presidential victory unless it means